Hi everyone, I'm Kim with the Rookery Van Life, and I'm here today with my van. And I actually had family in town a couple weeks ago, so I took out most of my gear. But today I'm setting up for another trip that's coming up this coming weekend. So I'm getting my stuff back together and putting it all back in place. But I thought I would do a video of my top 10 favorite gear items that I take with me. So in no particular order, I'm gonna take you through my top 10 favorite things that I take with me on my trips. So here we go. So whenever you're out, you have to take water with you. This is a jug that I got from Walmart, and it has a little faucet on it. Each time I go out, I use this for drinking water. And it's been super helpful. I have another jug that I take. A lot of times my dog travels with me, so I keep a separate jug of water that I only put into his dog bowl. But that one I take with me, and I'm able to get water out of it as much as I can. So I count that as one of my special items. Now this is something that never leaves my van, whether I'm camping or not. And I heard about these online. This is a hook that I got from Amazon, and it hangs on the back of your seat. Up here, you fasten it to the back of the seat, and you can hang things on it like grocery bags or your purse or anything. And once it's hanging, you can bring it up to the front or to the back. So I have one on my passenger seat that I keep in the front, and I keep my purse hooked on it so that if I have to brake, my purse doesn't go flying. And then I keep it on the back. I can either have a grocery bag, or if I have a tote bag or a trash bag or something like that. And this, I can't believe how handy this is. I'll put a link to this. This one I love so much. I went back and bought more for my mom and my two sisters, because I'm like, you have got to have this. I can't believe we went all these years with having our purses fly all over the place. So love this little hook. One thing that I always take with me, and this was one of the first things I got to go with me out on the road. This is a Max Oak battery power battery pack. When I first got started, I didn't have a Jackery or anything like that, but I did want to have something to power some of my USB items and maybe charge up my laptop. So this can recharge a phone quite a few times, and I think they said it can fully charge a laptop twice. So this is actually a lot of power for its size. It's lightweight, and even though now I do have a Jackery, it's much lighter and easier to take out. Sometimes I can just put it in my backpack or just set it on the nightstand, and this has been super handy with powering my USB fans and all that type of stuff. This is very handy. It has 4 USB plugs, and it charges pretty quick, and I've had no problems out of it. So I really love this, and it comes with me every single time I go out. This item is very low tech, and I'm sure once you see it, you'll say, oh, of course. But I always keep a dustpan and a Whisproom. It seems like whenever I go to campsites, there's always sand or leaves or something to track into the van. As I said, sometimes I travel with my dog, and either his feet will bring in sand or something, but it's super helpful because you don't always have a vacuum while you're out there. So the Whisproom, you know, I can get a lot of sand and debris and kind of bring it back to that fresh carpet look until I can get to a vacuum. So dustpan and a little whisk broom is very helpful. So I couldn't do my favorite things without mentioning my favorite thing, and that is my Jackery. I know lots of people have Jackeries. I got the idea from watching other van life people, because before I got my van, I had never even heard of it, or I didn't know what it was. So this is a power station that I can charge up. This one has 1,000 watts. And so far it has really fulfilled all the power needs that I've ever had. I use my other battery pack for smaller things, like that's, it's easy to pull out. But when I need some real power with cooking appliances or anything, I always pull out the Jackery, and it's super helpful. I have 2 solar panels, so I can charge this by solar, or I can just charge it while I'm driving. And sorry, I'm not holding it up high. It's 22 pounds, so it's movable, but you don't want to like just dangle it. It's too heavy for that. But yeah, it's one of my favorite things and one of the most helpful. So another item that I always take with me, but I can't show it right now because I'm actually using it for the recording of this video, is I have a fold-out table. It's really small, like a TV table, and it's black. I'll post a picture of it. But I use that table so often. I can set it out in a field. I've had dinner with friends where we put our plates on there. So that is the most helpful little table. I didn't get it on Amazon. I don't know where I got it. I've had it so many years. It was just something that I had around the house, but that always comes with me. This item has turned out to be so helpful, and that is a step stool. But this little stool, I got it at a local store. What is it? Old Time Pottery. But I've only seen that store in Florida, so I don't know if they're in other states. But I got this, and it's just a plastic stool, it sits out. But sometimes I sit on it inside my van if I don't want to sit on the bed. It's a little bit lower, so I can do things on the bed or on the little night table that I have. I also use this to stand on when I'm washing the van because it's pretty tall. So it's really turned out to be very helpful, and I never go anywhere without it. So this is a work desk. It has 2 hooks on it that can hook around the steering wheel, and then underneath it kind of folds out. There's instructions with it. I got this from Amazon, and this has been super helpful because I can work remotely with my job, but I do IT work and I need to be on the computer doing things. So I need a desk that's set up. This will also set up on the back of my seat. And so I can use my little stool that I brought and work in the back of the van, or I can set it up on the steering wheel. So I don't use this every single time I go out, but I always keep it with me because you never know when you might have to pull it out. I have one of those jobs where sadly I'm on call very often. So just in case they ever called me, I might need to break out the laptop and do some work. So this is a very helpful item for me. So this is my Ozark Trail cooler. Nothing special about it except it looks a little bit like a Yeti, does not perform like a Yeti, but I really like the color of it, and I really needed a cooler because I don't have a refrigerator. On a normal temperature day, this can keep ice for about 4 days. I noticed on really hot days, like I had a couple days where it was, 98 degrees, and of course it's getting super hot inside the van. Seemed like 2.5 days my ice was melted. I know it's not as good as having a refrigerator, but I use this every single time I go out, and it's been super helpful. I just like the color and it matches everything. So this list is for things that I use every time or my favorite items, and this is one of them. It was way less than the Yeti, so anyway, at least it looked good. So Ozark Trail from Walmart. This item is one that was one of the first things I bought before I went out. It went out with me on my very first trip when I didn't have any other gear, and it has never, ever done me dirty. Comes with me every time, and that's this personal fan. This one I got from Amazon, and I'll try to, everything that I have that I bought from Amazon, I'll try to leave it in the description. If I can use an affiliate link, I will, but I don't have affiliate links for everything. But this little fan in Florida, this thing runs almost all night, and it's powered by my other little battery pack. But it's so necessary just to keep the air flowing, and this is a good thing. And it's able to sit in a lot of different places, and the USB is so handy. So this one, I never leave home without it. Even though I do have a bigger fan, but this is a favorite. So this never gets left behind. So I think that's pretty much my top 10 favorite items to take. I do have other items that I take with me all the time, but those are just the ones I'm kind of ecstatic about. Some honorable mentions. I have a selfie stick that is Bluetooth, and that has been the handiest thing ever for filming videos and all types of things. If I slide over, this is my bed behind me, and this is just a blanket throw that I have. It's teal, and it's kind of that mink texture. It's not super thick, but it's just thick enough that is my go-to blanket. I have my regular blanket on my bed, but a lot of times in Florida, it's so hot, you just want like a little sheet or something over you. But I use that little throw all the time. Sometimes I go in places and it's too cold. I take it in the movie theater. I've taken it into church, all types of things. That blanket is so handy. So I really love that. That's an honorable mention. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing my favorite things on my van. And I'll one day I'll do a tour of the van. It's not very fancy to me. Of course, it's small, but I'll do a tour and just let you know how I lay things out. So until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.